A slider moving on a fixed link having constant radius of curvature will have its instantaneous center at the center of the circle. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. According to Kennedy's theorem, if three bodies move relatively to each other, their instantaneous centers will lie on A. Straight line. B. Parabolic curve. C. Triangle. D. Rectangle. The correct answer is straight line. The tangential component of acceleration of the slider with respect to the coincident point on the link is called coriolis component of acceleration. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. The periodic time is given by where angular velocity of the particle in rad s. A2. B2. C. x2. D. The correct answer is 2. When two links are connected by a pin joint, their instantaneous center lies A. on their point of contact, B. at the center of curvature, C. at the center of circle, D. at the pin joint. The correct answer is at the pin joint. The direction of linear velocity of any point on a link with respect to another point on the same link is A. parallel to the link joining the points, B. perpendicular to the link joining the points, C. at 45 to the link joining the points, D. none of the above. The correct answer is perpendicular to the link joining the points. In a differential band brake as shown in the below figure, the drum rotates anticlockwise and the greater tension T1 acts at A and smaller tension T2 at B. Length OA is greater than length OB. In order to apply the brake, the force P at C should A be 0. B act in upward direction. C act in downward direction. D. none of the above. The correct answer is act in downward direction. The periodic time of a compound pendulum is when the distance between the point of suspension and the center of gravity is equal to the radius of gyration of the body about its center of gravity. A. 0. B. minimum. C. maximum. D. The correct answer is minimum. When the pitching of a ship is upward, the effect of gyroscopic couple acting on it will be A. to move the ship towards starboard, B. to move the ship towards port side, C. to raise the bow and lower the stern, D. to raise the stern and lower the bow. The correct answer is to move the ship towards starboard. The unbalanced force due to reciprocating masses. A. varies in magnitude but constant in direction. B. varies in direction but constant in magnitude. C. varies in magnitude and direction both. D. constant in magnitude and direction both. The correct answer is varies in magnitude but constant in direction. The relation Lj2 apply only to kinematic chains in which lower pairs are used. This may be used to kinematic chains in which higher pairs are used, but each higher pair may be taken as equivalent to A. 1 lower pair and 2 additional links, B. 2 lower pairs and 1 additional link, C. 2 lower pairs and 2 additional links, D. any one of these. The correct answer is 2 lower pairs and 1 additional link. According to law of Gehring, the common normal at the point of contact between a pair of teeth must always pass through the pitch point. A. yes. B. no. C. D. The correct answer is yes. The equation of free vibrations of a system is its natural frequency is A. 3 Hz, B. 3 Hz, C. 6 Hz, D. 6 Hz. The correct answer is 3 Hz. When the primary direct crank of a reciprocating engine makes an angle of with the line of stroke, then the secondary direct crank will make an angle of with the line of stroke. A2, B, C2, D4. The correct answer is 2. The relation between number of links L and number of joints J in a kinematic chain is ALJ2, BLJ2, CLJ3, DLJ4. The correct answer is LJ2. In a simple train of wheels, if the number of intermediate wheels is odd, the motion of the follower will be same as that of the driver. A yes, B no, C, D. The correct answer is yes. Which of the following is a pendulum type governor? A Watt governor, B Porter governor, C Hartnell governor, D none of these. The correct answer is Watt governor. The angle of inclination of the plane at which the body begins to move down the plane is called A angle of friction, B angle of repose, C angle of projection, D none of these. The correct answer is angle of repose. The critical speed of a shaft with a disc supported in between is equal to the natural frequency of the system in A transverse vibrations, B torsional vibrations, C longitudinal vibrations, D all of these. The correct answer is transverse vibrations. The center of gravity of a coupler link in a 4-bar mechanism will experience A no acceleration, B only linear acceleration, C only angular acceleration, D both linear and angular acceleration. The correct answer is both linear and angular acceleration. The frictional torque transmitted in a flat pivot bearing considering uniform pressure is where coefficient of friction W load over the bearing and R radius of bearing surface. AWR, BWR, CWR, DWR. The correct answer is WR. In Meyers expansion valve, the main valve is driven by an eccentric having an angle of advance from A 10-15, B 15-25, C 25-30, D 30-40. The correct answer is 25-30. A kinematic chain is known as a mechanism when A none of the links is fixed, B one of the links is fixed, C two of the links are fixed, D none of these. The correct answer is one of the links is fixed. When the pitching of a ship is the effect of gyroscopic couple acting on it will be to move the ship towards port side. A upward, B downward, C, D. The correct answer is downward. There are 6 gears A, B, C, D, E, and F in a compound train. The numbers of teeth in the gears are 20, 60, 30, 80, 25, and 75 respectively. The ratio of angular speeds of the driven F to the driver A of the drive is A 124, B 18, C 415, D 12. The correct answer is 124. The Kleins diagram is used when A crank has uniform angular velocity, B crank has non-uniform angular velocity, C crank has uniform angular acceleration, D crank has non-uniform angular acceleration. The correct answer is crank has uniform angular velocity. An imaginary circle which by pure rolling action gives the same motion as the actual gear is called A addendum circle, B deddendum circle, C pitch circle, D clearance circle. The correct answer is pitch circle. Which of the following statement is correct? A. For constant velocity ratio transmission between two gears, the common normal at the point of contact must always pass through a fixed point on the line joining the centers of rotation of gears. B. For involute gears, the pressure angle changes with the change in center distance between gears. C. The epicyclic gear trains involve rotation of at least one gear axis about some other gear axis. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. A mechanism consisting of more than 4 links is called a compound mechanism. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. The natural frequency of free transverse vibrations is same as that of free longitudinal vibrations. A. Right. B. Wrong. C. D. The correct answer is right. The throw of the eccentric is equal to the valve travel. A. Correct. B. Incorrect. C. D. The correct answer is incorrect. The addendum is the radial distance of tooth from the pitch circle to the top of the tooth. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. A disk is a spinning with an angular velocity rad s about the axis of spin. The couple applied to the disk causing precession will be where I mass moment of inertia of the disk and p angular velocity of precession of the axis of spin. A. I2. B. I2. C. IP. D. IP. The correct answer is IP. The height of a Watt's governor in meters is equal to wear and speed of the arm and ball about the spindle axis. A. 8.95 N2. B. 89.5 N2. C. 895 N2. D. 8950 N2. The correct answer is 895 N2. V-belts are usually used for A. Long drives. B. Short drives. C. Long and short drives. D. None of these. The correct answer is short drives. Sensitiveness of the governor is defined as the ratio of the A. Mean speed to the maximum equilibrium speed. B. Mean speed to the minimum equilibrium speed. C. Difference of the maximum and minimum equilibrium speeds to the mean speed. D. Sum of the maximum and minimum equilibrium speeds to the mean speed. The correct answer is difference of the maximum and minimum equilibrium speeds to the mean speed. The two parallel and coplanar shafts are connected by gears having teeth parallel to the axis of the shaft. This arrangement is known as A. Spur gearing. B. Helical gearing. C. Bevel gearing. D. Spiral gearing. The correct answer is spur gearing. The relative velocity of B with respect to A in a rigid link AB is A. Parallel to AB. B. Perpendicular to AB. C. Along AB. D. At 45 to AB. The correct answer is perpendicular to AB. In a pantograph all the pairs are A. Turning pairs. B. Sliding pairs. C. Spherical pairs. D. Self-closed pairs. The correct answer is turning pairs. The velocity of a body moving with simple harmonic motion is at the mean position. A. 0. B. Minimum. C. Maximum. D. The correct answer is maximum. A rotor which is balanced statically but not dynamically is supported on two bearings L apart and at high speed of the rotor reaction on the left bearing is R. The right side of the bearing is shifted to a new position 2L apart from the left bearing. At the same rotor speed dynamic reaction on the left bearing in the new arrangement will A. Remain same as before. B. Become equal to 2R. C. Become equal to R2. D. Become equal to R4. The correct answer is remain same as before. The D slide valve is also known as A. Inside admission valve. B. Outside admission valve. C. Piston slide valve. D. None of these. The correct answer is outside admission valve. When the load on the engine increases, it becomes necessary to increase the supply of working fluid, and when the load decreases, less working fluid is required. The supply of the working fluid to the engine is controlled by a D slide valve, B governor, C Meyers expansion valve, D flywheel. The correct answer is governor.